lighting. So I just wanted to go ahead and put this message out. And usually I'm on my computer, but today I'm going to be on my phone. It's been a really long day, but I felt like you guys needed to get this message before, the day is over. So basically, I've been talking about something that has been going on, and that is what happened in the Spanish and Chinese community. Actually, let me go ahead and pull something up that you guys need to see. Okay, so I told you I've been talking about basically something that's been going on where because of uh, white people basically like lost their mind. A few white people that were working in elected office, they decided to hack my phone. It was one white man that I took to court, and he was playing on my phone and starting a bunch of shit and trying to hide the fact that he hacked my phone, and he was like sexually harassing me for several years, spreading shit about my name, causing drama, and trying to steal my work. So I recently posted a video about the fact that he tried to create an AI safety nonprofit after getting implicated in the use of this technology, and that he tried to use his brother as like the lead staffer so they can hide money in a 501c3 that they're trying to open, and so that when he gets removed from office that he can go and try and work there, right? Because of what they did, they ended up getting caught. So they were going back and forth, hacking my phone, causing a bunch of chaos. And I have a lot of immigrant families in my phone because of the work that I used to do in just like the community that I grew up in and my friends. Something had recently happened where there was one of the people that they ended up hacking. I can't really say too much about this because I just feel like it just needs to like end and dissipate. But long story short, I told you that because they hacked my phone, there was something that ended up happening where I got into like some like a situation with this man. So he sent me like his lawyer's information and his like ID card and things like that. And he had a Asian lawyer. Now, one of the things that ended up happening was that lawyer hit me on his personal email, not his work email. So they ended up getting in my phone and finding out the connect between the Spanish and the Chinese. And I don't know if you guys have been seeing this, but that's who started that. That white man, Matt Haney, that was hacking my phone, harassing me, trying to play with my work, paying for witchcraft. That got all this got started because remember he was paying for spell work. First it was love spells, and then when that backfired, and all the practitioners went in IC3 and told, and all the tarot readers went and told, and one of them contacted me about it. When that backfired, they started playing on different websites and things like that, trying to basically pay for a match, and they all got caught. So there's something that's been going on in the Spanish and Chinese community, and it's him that did it because he hacked my phone and he got access to that man. Like, oh, who's going to be her lawyer? Oh yeah, well let's go ahead and upload him to this virtual reality. What's in his phone and his email, and who's been starting that? Like where you're talking about like we found three laboratories filled with fentanyl. We found a bunch of people doing money laundering. Like let me show you. It's one of the articles that I have to show you so you guys can understand like what they just did. Okay. So it's him that did that. Okay. So yeah, Chinese Mexican like rings. Okay. So hopefully you guys can see this. US announces major bust as efforts to crack down on Chinese Mexican gang ties and enhance and increase. Chinese network laundered millions for Sinaloa cartel. Yeah, Chinese organized crime ring laundering money for a Mexican crime ring. Now, one of the things that you guys have to be careful
President
is
Trump has picked Ohio Senator J.D. Vance as his running mate.
I certainly would like abortion to be illegal nationally.
just be careful with that. Now, one of the things I want to say about this man, JD Vance, it's going to come out who gave him his money, which is Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel is like one of the main investors in Palantir and a few other companies. He was the one that started this virtual reality thing, and he plays with Elon Musk and all of them. So you guys clearly have seen the money trail between the white Republicans that are playing with this cleanup, and then also how they play with the Democrats too. They're all one team. Now, what I'm going to show you here, this happened when I was living in LA, and something had gotten started where his family, there was something that got started with the specific chemical. You guys know the assisted suicide chemical. So remember, they were uploading a bunch of black and brown people to virtual reality And then they said that they were going to make a business by forcing them to pay for assisted suicide or trying to pay for a specific technology that they can put this on their ear or listen to this or take this drug and then it's off. So they were going on a rampage, tapping and hacking all the Spanish for herbs and then all the Chinese for like their pharmaceutical connects, and they started a huge war. There's a few of them that are going to get this video. All their Teslas are tapped, so everywhere that they've been going is completely like trapped because this white man hacked my phone, and that was the single connect that he should have never ever played with. Now, some of you guys won't believe me at all, even the people watching this, but you guys remember how I told you about that chemical server? That I'm not going to really talk about it. Just go on my timeline and go look for that information about the chemical server. I got some like beauty product. I'm not going to show you what the product is, but why? Look at his name at the bottom. That's that man's name. Let me see if I turn this upside down, if you can see it like this. No, it's upside down. Abel. Okay, right. So, but how did that happen though? Now, one of the reasons why that's gonna come up and be like very like out of control is because of what just recently happened too with beauty supplies with their whole entire network. So one of the things that ended up happening here was they were looking for supply, looking for this, trying to start their own businesses. They were also looking for information about biotech, like, oh, who's starting a biotech company? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? How can we like steal their code and do this? Because something got started with like protein modeling. The protein modeling technologies that they were using. It was like protein modeling and then also chemical modeling. The technology that they had created, it wasn't working. So they were looking into India and China to see like, oh, what are you coding? Because a lot of them ended up getting caught up with like malpractice. And then everything that's going on with the drug recalls, they got caught up in. Now, some of you guys also see, like you're seeing my teeth super white. One of them has like a company that they're trying to start with like something with teeth whitening. And then also something came out about those bone grafts. I told you that something got started where this came out in the media and it was because of them. Now, one of the things that I like, I don't really believe in like fentanyl and stuff like that, but I have to show you what ended up getting started here. So, as I was mentioning, they were looking the assisted suicide drugs and stuff like that. These people that they raided down there, they have a specific company, and they contract with a few people. They started this raid that you're about to watch right here.
Investigation into human trafficking in the illicit marijuana industry.
That's gross, but first, they're going to go after the leader of the operation. Is this person a mid-level operator, kingpin, mastermind?
I would say this is a mid-level operator. We believe that the people that are ultimately in control are likely in China.
Right. But where's everyone's kids at? And this is what I'm talking about, where you're playing so many games that somebody can really set you up and like really, really like deal with you for starting this and playing in my phone. Because it took just one person's phone to play in that started a huge international war and they're trying to hide it. And a lot of the people that are going to get this video, these whites are playing with a specific sound technology. It's called neural monitoring. Neural monitoring. If you Google Colorado mind reading law, you're going to see that they've passed laws on brainwave privacy. In China, they have like a platform that they play with, and they were hacking and tapping, trying to find out if they like know about like certain technologies or certain coding. That's another thing that they were doing, so that they can like take their technology and put it into, or their code and put it into the AI generators for parsing. Now, one of the things that's going to come out here is this just came out yesterday. Let me see this. Yeah, technology to read minds, it's real. They uploaded me to that. And so, thank you so much. So now you guys know who's been doing that because, yeah, this whole thing with like, let me see. And so with that mind reading technology that they're playing with, right? These whites think that they're like getting spiritual messages from God, and God told me to. I'm communicating. That's what they call it. Like they're getting like psychic messages through the technology that they're using, and then they made a TV show about it called Third Body Problem. So that's what they've been doing. And then they're playing with the Chinese and the Spanish after they played with everyone's kids and started all of that. And it's that white pedophile politician, Matt Haney, assembly member for the San Francisco area, because they rigged the election. And then after they rigged the election and played with that election technology, did you notice what happened in New York? All the Chinese got arrested in New York. They raided the mayor's aide, somebody that works for the governor. They raided her house because they then flipped it and said, oh, the Chinese are doing it. But you're the one sitting here getting your positions in office. And that's why I said that for the Asians, you're going to see a big war because they thought that they were like absolved. And I said, in a minute, they're going to come after you and remind you who you are. And look what's going on. And now look at this that happened just yesterday. So I just wanted to let you guys know that they have like different chat groups and things like that where they post my name, my address, stuff like that. Oh, I'll give you $10 in crypto if you follow her around and harass her and chant in her ear and stuff like that. That's what the fuck they were doing, and that's what they're doing with the Spanish and the Chinese. The other day, and this is gonna end up coming up, and somebody's gonna ask me what was the exact day and time that you went to Target off of off of Pico Boulevard in LA, and you saw one of our associates. Because there was a day that I went to Target and there was like a Asian man. He was walking in the store, and there was a white man that ran in and followed right after him. It was just like standing next to him, but holding a device. And I said, "Oh, you guys are like out. You guys are like out and about with it now. You're not even afraid to hide it. What you're doing." That man has been tapped. So much has gotten started, and he got uploaded to the virtual reality. But I have to tell you once again, it's these whites that are doing it, and they're trying to blame the Chinese for what's about to explode in the media with election fraud and with that technology and with fentanyl, because it's Elon Musk bringing back asteroids and things like that from space, and they're cutting it up. Everyone knows that. Okay. And it's a few other things that they like we're putting together to make different types of fentanyl. So look, that's dangerous. Now, I don't really believe like in playing. I don't really like fuck with fentanyl, and I feel like you guys shouldn't like tell people that it's like coca if it's fentanyl. Don't do that, okay? But like they're not doing as much as the whites. Period. Like not at all. Now, I now I'm just gonna be careful with what I say. I say all that to say that what they did though is not okay, because I clearly saw it in the Bay Area. Like they put so many people in jail, arrested so many people, but it was them that was putting out that fentanyl and starting a bunch of shit. But then also too, they made deals with some of the Chinese because the Chinese didn't know how stupid white people were. Like, oh, you guys are inside in some like secret like society. I can't do business with you. You're having sex with your children. So that's what you're doing, and that's why you're looking for all these medications, and you're talking about you're gonna have new technology and new biotech. If you're getting it from a black woman and you're harassing her like that, they lost all their associates, so they flipped on them. Now, something recently came out about real estate fraud, and it came out on ABC 7 News about a Chinese real estate fraud ring. Who unleashed that? Be careful what you start. So then there was something else that was going on here too. No. And here's like another thing that's actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna even get this started. I'm not gonna say too much about this, but I've mentioned it on my channel, and if you guys want to know more, just go ahead and contact me if you can. Because remember, they played on my email and they played on this man's email. So you need to tell me that you're stupid enough to go and play with the Spanish mafia. And then you exposed who CGJ and Cartel is, and that's how two people in Fuerza Regida got murdered. And you were stupid enough to get into somebody's phone and play with that spoof app and text them, hey, when's the next drop? Like, oh, you need some now? Like, yeah, I need some more. Come meet me here. And got somebody caught up with the police. then you were fucking foolish enough to go play games with the Daily and tap and hack their phone. And now you're playing in IC3. You guys know IC3, Internet Crime Complaint Center, where you can go report people online to the feds. And you're reporting all their business, but how were you getting your supply the whole entire time? And then how were you getting Xiong, aka human meat? It's they call it Xiangui, right? Like bad, the bad one, right? Bad food. How were you getting that Xiong to go and feed people and sneak into the apartments and homes of other assembly members and staffers, etc., to play with them? Okay, so that's all I wanted to tell you guys tonight. They're the ones that have been doing that. They've been the ones that have been starting that. And once again, I'm going to show you this is what you need to look into. You need to look into this Scott Wiener AI safety bill. Look into this AI safety bill and all the different names because they're the ones that are playing. And then you also need to look into, oh, give me a second. Good. And then also too, I want you guys to look into, oh, there was something else that I was going to put on here, but it's just like, for some reason, like randomly like slipped my mind. So now one of the things that you guys are going to like realize here is like, well, how did you know that that's what was going on? Because I'm not stupid. Like I grew up in the hood. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, interesting. So, you know, like you just don't do stupid stuff, like just period. So now when you guys are going to ask, who's this man here? Just because they're going to say, that's not him, and it's a different one, and this is what's going on, and that's not him, and it's this one. This one, stalking, harassing me, swearing up and down, like, do you know who you were in a past life? I heard all about you. What are you talking about? Now, something else is going to come out about Instagram, too, because this person, he was going with like some group, like, oh, we're diplomats, and we visit different like foreign countries, and we try to like help them and improve. And in all those different countries, he goes and he rapes and molests like little kids and women, and he got reported. Yeah, because somebody saw him on my YouTube and said, isn't that the group of whites that they came to our country back then and they molested this man's daughter and it started a big war and they lost their farm because they didn't take action? He wiped every single photo from his Instagram of those trips. Because when you first go on his Instagram, you can see like, oh, I went on this trip, I went on this trip, I went on this trip. They wiped it from the internet. He took it down because of what he got caught doing. Okay. And he just recently went to Mexico City and like, yeah, I just had to tell you that these are the ones that are doing it. And I've just been hearing about a lot of stuff going on. And they're the ones that did this and did that. And then getting in the computer and playing on people's phone. And then because of like a few people that work in like the assembly, hacking their phone as well. Like, oh, you remember this and that happened in Jalisco or what happened in Guadalajara or Texarkana or something like that. It's gonna happen again, la 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 la, da 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 da, and texting different people that are beefing, families that are beefing, and starting war like that. Yeah, and some of you guys are wondering, like, Chuy Montana and a bunch of other people that have gotten killed in Mexico. How did this get started in this political season? It's like about 4 people that got murdered in this political season in Mexico. Because you guys heard me talk about that. I showed a list of all the people that they murdered. Mexico, they murdered over 60 politicians because of what got started with that virtual reality. He had his hand in 4 of them playing in my fucking phone. Do you guys understand how explosive this is when this makes it to the media? So you mean to tell me that there's a white pedophile running around because he clearly looks like there's something going on? They're playing with fentanyl. I'm sure that's what the fuck is going on. You're playing with Daisy and playing in her phone, playing in her computer, playing in her bank account. And then you're starting big, huge, egregious hood fucking wars. Because one of the things that you're going to find out when you watch my channel is what happened in Atlanta. Yeah, what did happen in Atlanta? Because a few of our associates got caught up in Atlanta. Oh, yeah, we tapped everyone in Daisy's building because I just wanted to see if she was dating somebody. Yeah, and I had some dude that worked in, he was working in tech, doing like cloud and network configuration. What happened to him? That's what happened to him because they went to go play like that in Atlanta. They have started so much shit, egregious, ridiculous wars, playing in my phone and playing with that technology and playing with this tapping and making it seem like, oh, the world belongs to white men. We can run around and do whatever we want now. But there's something that they're literally trying to get from my hand, which is a coding language that I created. And they can't get that at all because of how it's configured and what got started because of it. And then on top of that, there's a document that you guys are going to see What is this document? You mean to tell me that you guys were playing with brujeria and you got caught by the police and the feds? And who is Noemi Zamacona? And why are you giving her information? And she works at the Inspector General's office in LA. Is that how you guys are playing? But you guys are the ones trafficking people's kids, and you're trafficking all the Oaxaca women and newcomers for clinical trial testing. Oh, so that the doctor can test different drugs on them to see if they're safe. You guys really don't know who's watching my channel. That Chewy Montana, that's really hella ratchet. That's all I have to say about that. You guys should have never started that playing on my phone, and it got started playing in my fucking phone and my email. Stop it. Just stop it. This has been going on for the past 10 fucking years. Stop it. Everyone's complaining about it. But I'm going to tell you right now, well, the feds are, what about the police and what about the feds? They're involved. Hell of them have gotten fired. A lot of them have died. If you guys pay attention to my channel, so many people have gotten sick and died because they went to go play. They are playing with some type of like technology, and then they were playing with a bunch of brujeria all at once, so something backfired. Literally. So there's a video that I want you to go watch on my timeline. It says mass death of entertainers, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Well, that's all I have to say. Guanche, or how do you say goodbye in Spanish? I think it's like de nada. It's not hola. It's like de nada or something like that. Anyways, have a good night, you guys. Bye.